Hi everyone, Sailor Pluto here, Trista here, and Sailor Underworld, and Sailor Saturn, Sailor Ringworld, Taru here, and today we're going to talk about how, we're going to talk about how, about how they say that, that how, I don't know. Well, yeah, the coughing in the films. That's what we're going to talk about here today. So, a lot of folks always want to know, why is it that we, the most strongest of the elder sailor fighters, and why it's always why we cannot, work our might. So, I have this one strike that's known as the Pluto time stop or underworld time stop, in which no grounds to my ever to work it. If I ever do it, it would bring on my death. But hell, it didn't really stop me from doing it. Let's go back to Sailor Moon's Super S or Over. Oh, would that be Over? Where I did the time stop to give Sailor Uranus, Sailor Skyworld, Amara, and Sailor Neptune, Sailor SeaWorld, Michelle time to get out of Windy Bird before it fully blew up. And then I said, well, I had to do it, but now it's going to bring on my death. But that did not stop me from coming back in Sailor Stars. Another time that the time stop was done would be in Sailor Moon Hearst 2, which, yes, brought on my death, but it didn't stop me from coming back. And in Sailor Moon Forever or Sailor Moon Stars, so God, so go whenever. Yeah, you're right, Sailor Pluto. You're right, Sailor Underworld. You're right, Trista. And a lot of folks are more frightened of me than they are of you, because I have the skill, the might to end a world. But I never did. They say, oh, yeah, you did. They'll say that I did it to end when the Moon Kingdom was beaten by the Dark Kingdom. And then I was called in to end that. But that was more in the book. And it was talked about a little in Sailor Moon Hearst 3. But I never did it, on the show itself. I showed up, and what did I do? I beat King. I beat Overling King 90, And then, well, it was more of God working with me and through me to do it. And then the same thing in Sailor Moon Hearst 3. I sent Overling King 90 to another world. So no, I didn't end the Earth. I didn't really end any world. But that's what they kept on believing. That I would have, that's what I would choose to do, But I never did it, They keep saying I have the might to do it, but I never did it. Yeah, believe it or not, we are the mightiest of the elder sailor fighters. I mean, Sailor Uranus, Sailor Skyworld, Amara, Sailor SeaWorld, Sailor Neptune, Sailor SeaWorld, Michelle, they are strong in their own right too, and they got their own might and their own strength. But we're like the strongest of them. Because over here, I can end the world, which I never did, but I can. You're right, Sailor Saturn. You're right, Sailor Ringworld. You're right, Ataru. And I can stop time, which I did once in Sailor Moon, which brought on my death, And I know some folks out there want to take my rank as a big world away from me, whatever. My world was always small to begin with, so no big deal. But they want to somehow say that my world, being a small world, makes it a non-world, and you're going to lose your rank as a sailor fighter. Think again. So, anyway, we're always around, always yielding when we're needed, you know. So, and you want to talk about this? There was a spoof of Sailor Moon done in early 27 between YL where they're fighting Wicked, you know, and things are going badly. You know, Sailor Moon, Serena's kicked off the team, and they got baked Bush's beans, and all other things going on. And then at the end, I go, well, we're going to help. And then there's a skit at the end of this skit where it goes, are we going to help them? I said, oh no, because if I have to come in and freeze time, then I have to call you in and end everything. And then they'll say, Pluto, Underworld, why'd you do it for? Because I wanted me to help your rears. And I was like, I am watching live Farseer, also known as the Sailor Fighters. Yeah, I do know that too, Sailor Pluto, and not too, Sailor Underworld. Yeah, Trista. I said, can I watch too? Yeah. And you said, hey, look, that one became a hand reckoner. And let's not forget about the one where they kicked me out. They kicked you out of Sailor Fighters due to your role being a small world. And then, you know, and then a 2-diff following after we slammed the door of time, the gate of time on you, and you came back and said you wanted your room and outer room. And Sailor Mercury, Sailor Quicksilver was working with you because she was worried about being a small world, and that might kick her out of Starway too for that. Or at least off the Sailor Fighters, I don't know. Yeah, and it ended where you both they picked you both up and put you in a Hello Kitty box. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's just us, you know, sitting here, yielding to when we're going to be needed again, which, knowing how Sailor Moon's world is, it's not when, but when. And not how long, but it's when we'll be needed. So, everybody, hope you like this film. You know, if you want to, you can watch the film that Sarah Uranus, Sailor Skyworld, Sailor Neptune, Sailor Zero made earlier this morning, and we'll see you later.